Hello everyone. So today's video I just want to talk about trust, and there's been a lot that I've been learning and coming to awesome realizations lately about trust and how effortless and easy it really is, but we've made it so complicated as a society and as people. It's like this idea, first off, that all you have is right now, this moment. Like even those few seconds ago where I was talking about how I'm going to talk about trust, like that's already gone. That's just now a thought form in your head of how you're interpreting what I was saying then, and now it's just stirring in your head, and whatever interpretation you have of it is different than the interpretation I have of what I'm even saying. So it's just a thought form now. So all you have is right now, and right now. It's just an eternity of now. So understanding that first, and that the past is totally over and doesn't even exist, and that the future also is just a projection of what you think it could be, it really gets you to the place of knowing that if you tap into this moment right now, it's so much easier to trust. So see, let me explain. So this is how it goes. In this reality, it's like you build up all these stories in your head from the past, and you say, okay, that's how life is. Like you date, let's say, a girl, and it goes shitty. So then the next girl that you date, you kind of have these walls up and these conclusions from the last relationship, and then it goes shitty again, and then you build up even more walls and less trust because you're basing everything off the past. So then you come to this conclusion, okay, like girls are this, and this, and that might lead you to avoid some amazing relationship coming in the future that's totally different. She's a totally different type of girl. She's more contributive and expansive to your life and all that, but because you base it off the past, you don't trust in her and trust in that moment and what it could create for you because you're basing it off the past. So is this idea of being able to realize that everything in your past is just your point of view of it now. Like in the time there was a ton of emotions and crazy stuff coming up in you, and it felt so real and it felt so wrong or right or crazy, but now it's just an interpretation of it. And as humans, we seem to go to the wrongness or the negative of things. So that's the stuff that, like, people always say, oh, I have this trauma in my life that is always there in memory. It's this thing that there was so much emotion involved, I guess, with it, that you hold on to that. And all those amazing, beautiful things that may have just seemed so light and easy, it's like those memories are harder to come by. So if you base everything off these reference points of trauma or upset or whatever, and that's where you choose from in your future, then you're not going to create the life that you really want as much. So if you can come from a place of being totally present with everything as it's coming up. So if there's a new girl who comes into your life, or a new opportunity with business or whatever, and like let's say business has failed in the past, don't go to, okay, well this happened then, so this is going to happen now. No, like this moment that the universe is bringing you and that you're creating has infinite possibilities. Every moment does, and it's this willingness to be totally present with it, and that's where you can get into questioning it to see if it's going to work for you. So a guy is in line with you at Tim Hortons that you bump into, and you start talking about stuff, and you have the same interests, and you realize he's a business guy too, and so are you, and you want to start a business. So you don't go into fear and doubt, because that's totally you're checking out of the moment. You're going into the past saying like, okay, shit screwed up then, I don't know if this is going to work with him. Don't even go to the I don't know if it's going to work. Like how you're wasting your now moment totally checking out into the future of what you were projecting could happen, which doesn't even exist. And it's like, don't you notice all the times you worry about so many things, it always ends up not being what you were worrying about? So it's totally being present with it and asking yourself, like let's say this guy's talking to you in line at the coffee shop, and you ask yourself, will this guy be a contribution to my life? Will this be fun for me? If I choose to work with this guy, will it, contribute to my life and create a sweet business? Will it make me money? And that's checking in with that knowing, that intuitive knowing that we all have again. And if you are really good with your intuition, you get really in touch with it, that light expansiveness after you ask that question, if the lightness comes up in your being and in your body, and you just get that intuitive knowing that this guy, it's going to be awesome with this guy, or no, this guy isn't for me, then you're going to act on that instead of going into the past and go and saying, okay, this happened then, so it's going to happen now. So it's that, being present, asking a question, and following that knowing. And the thing is that we don't trust is because A, for what I said before, and B, because like throughout our childhood and into our like mid-20s, as a society, we just drink and do drugs and pop medication and all this stuff. So all the subtleties of that gut feeling and that intuition that we have, it's so like pushed down and masked and covered up by all these things and these substances and shit. So it's like, no wonder it's hard for us to trust. We just like went out with a girl while we were hammered on a Friday night, just saying, yeah, sure, like, hey honey, like whatever, I'll have sex with you. And then like when you're high at school, it's like you have talks with people and then you just end up like dating someone and you don't even trust your intuitive sense. You just kind of go with it because you have like, you're going through all these like crazy changes and impulses and sexual stuff as like you're growing up. And it's like, yeah, no wonder it's hard to discover trust in you and trust in the universe. And that's the third part of it, is trust in the world and trust in the universe that it's on your side. The fact that if you want something in life, it's like ask and you shall receive. So if you ask for something in your life and you ask like, universe, I would like, can I please have this, or I would love to create, you know, a wonderful band with people who want to contribute and inspire other people. It's like, if you want that in your life, then it's the willingness to just let that go and trust that the universe will co-create with you to bring that into your life. You don't need to do every single step. It's not this linear way of like, you need to control every step to create that. Like Richard Branson, for example, how much has he let go? The most. He has over like 50 businesses, and tons of them he doesn't even control at all. He just checks in with them here and there because he's hired so many people, and he's gotten so out of control, out of the need to control everything, and he's allowed them to be their own boss and to work on his business while he's somewhere else. And it's this place that we try to control everything and not trust anybody else because of stuff in the past that may have gone wrong. So if you're willing to let go and just totally trust other people in that way that I was talking about, and trust that the universe is working on your side, yeah, like things just get so much easier, and you can let go and enjoy other things in life without having to just put so much effort in. So holy crap, that was a long rant, but I hope this can contribute to you. If you got any questions, comment below, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later in the next video.